today, and that's what we're doing, right? Startup Bulgaria, the Scale Edition is happening very soon. Next Thursday, we're going to be together. This time, a little bit smaller size, 300 people only. It's not going to be the thousands of people we had a couple of months ago, November 8th till 10th. So we're meeting on the 13th of February, right in front of the Parliament. That's the Intercontinental Hotel. And we are going to have an exciting afternoon of learning, networking, and understanding some secrets about scale. And maybe not even secrets, but like recipes and structured way to apply how do we do scale. So today we promised a Q&A session. We even mentioned on the channels you had the opportunity to ask your questions. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to answer some of the questions. Apparently the questions are, first of all, nothing surprising. I mean, the typical questions that people might have, and that's why I'm very happy that we have the opportunity to answer them. And second, I mean, apparently we've been announcing some things. Thanks for bearing with us. Apparently, we always, as you know, our general philosophy is that we don't want to announce anything before it's 100% sure, because we don't want to overpromise and then you come there and you see how this is not happening and that is not happening. So what are we doing? Many of you were asking about the program. Generally, the program, what are we going to see at Startup Bulgaria? It's going to be an afternoon and it's a little bit different. So some of you rightfully were asking, okay, so how is it going to be structured? What do we do? So this time what we do is we're having, like I said, an entire afternoon together. You can see here many speakers and you can see the topics on our website. Here I am at startupbulgaria.eu. You can see we're going to have Rallitsa. Rallitsa is meeting us. She's an expert with more than 10 years of experience in enterprise sales, and she will be talking about how, I mean, all the secrets of enterprise sales, right? Like if you want to sell to enterprise customers, if you want to up your game, that's the session you don't want to miss, right? Then we're going into Pallav Jha. He's working at ING. He's in the product department there. And what he's normally doing is they're launching these digital products and they're distributing it. And I think this session will be extremely valuable for those of you who are saying, wow, I'm in the services business, but I want to be in the products business. So there will be very good tips from him. I don't want to give away too much. We actually had a full episode with him generally on the topics of products and how do you scale products and so on. So in case you haven't, you can go to YouTube and you can watch that episode. It's a very good one. And like I said, the session with him is going to be very practical and very, very important for those of you who want to launch products. Then we have Stefan. Stefan, we had a session with him yesterday. It was live on LinkedIn. And for those of you who missed it, we are publishing it on YouTube. It's already on YouTube. And very soon you're going to see it on all the social media channels. So you can watch the session. We talked many things about the priorities of Ampeco now that they got this investment round. But generally, he's going to tell you many of the things that I guess many of us are asking ourselves. How do you scale a small business out of Bulgaria to the whole world? How do you get customers across the globe? How do you make sure that you meet all the expectations of your customers? How do you even convince them to work with you, right? So Stefan, great session, very practical. Again, we had a quick check with him on the content. I can guarantee it's going to be very practical and you're going to hear really what can you do for your business rather than generic recommendations. Then we have a panel, a very interesting panel on becoming the preferred partner for global clients, suppliers, investors, creditors as well. And I think that's a very important topic because I think whenever you start a business, it's really important to think a couple of stages of your business ahead. So what is it that people are going to ask from you later when you're applying not for the first round of seed financing or pre-seed, but rather next one when you're looking for strategic investors, when you're looking for credits to grow, to finance the growth of your business, when you're looking for example, being the vendor or the supplier of a customer. All right, they are going to require some things from you, and it's really good if you start with the end in mind, if you think about these things and you start working and providing them already now so that you're not surprised later when you approach big investors at global scale and they tell you, wow, but we would expect you to be covering this and this and this condition, and you didn't do it, right? So here we have Galina will be talking to us about that from ESG perspective. Martin Gigov, I think most of you know him from the previous conference. He was extremely helpful with all of his advice of how to secure financing, what are different what are the different forms of financing, and kind of who is giving money for what, and what are they looking for when they decide to grant the money, to give the money, to loan the money, and so on, right? And then we have Magdalena Maleva. She's also joining us here. For those of you who don't know, she's actually a co-owner of the Harmonica company. She's, of course, an owner of the Maleva Tennis Club. She's very active in the area of environment. She formed the NGO called Gorichka, also Climate Anonymous, and she will be joining us as well to give us her perspective as a business owner and also as someone who is very active on the climate topics. And then we have Alexander Arnold. Alexander Arnold, for me, it's quite an honor. I had the honor to work with him back at Salesforce a couple of years ago. He is right now driving the business of S&P as he started as a chief revenue officer. Now he's a chief operating officer. He got promoted very quickly. And what he's doing now, what they're doing is they are transforming an established business from a business that was rather selling products to subscription business or subscription solutions. They're scaling globally. They just got one of their strategic investors, and he's going to tell us the whole story. How is it happening? Why are they doing that? What's their recipe for scale? And apparently, how do you scale a business that's established? So for many of you who are saying, well, okay, I'm not a startup anymore, I'm not even scaling, we have an established business, but we still want to grow, I think this story will be very valuable, because eventually he will be talking exactly through that. How do you take something that's stable, it works, it has its customers, and maybe there is not even a need to change it, right? But like, how do you take it with the ambition to grow it, and you bring it to the next level where it scales, where it's big, where you even get strategic investors to finance the growth of your business. And then we are, as I think I said it many times already, the Startup Bulgaria generally was created with the mission to unite the ecosystem, and that's one thing we're doing again. Here we're bringing our friends from Breaking Grounds, so they will be together with us. They've prepared a very interesting panel. They've prepared also, they're going to present a report from the results of their activity for last year, and they're going to prepare or present the program of this year. What is happening? What are they planning? What are opportunities for you to go abroad together with a delegation to the most important conferences, to the most important places where investors and startups meet? So ideally, you want to be part of these big conferences, right? And you're going to have the opportunity to learn more about it there. And of course, as you know, like, Bulgaria is working very hard on becoming a tech hub, and they're going to tell us about the role of innovation in that. So a session that you definitely don't want to miss. And after that, we go into the networking and the opportunity for you to meet new people, like-minded people. We had so many comments last time from people who were saying, well, it was great, I met such inspiring people, I didn't even know they exist. So we're doing that again. Like, we're going to have a session. It's going to be rather informal networking, but you're going to have the opportunity to meet many people. I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to be around 300. So imagine like how many opportunities there are for you to meet new people. So that is everything for the program. I know I gave a very long answer to a very short question, but I think it was important for you to know. Then another thing was a very important question from yesterday was, who is this event for? And I think it's very clear. I mean, apparently it is for the people who want to scale their business. Now, are there any requirements or prerequisites for you to join? Well, not really, right? You can join if you just feel like you're right now at the stage of scaling, or if you want to hear the art of the possible and how you should approach the topic whenever the time comes for it. Maybe you don't want to scale this year, maybe you don't want to scale next year, but maybe you're saying, hey, I want to hear how is it happening now so that I can plan for it and I can make my strategy around it, right? So that's why, if you are aiming to scale your organization, if you're aspiring to do that, if you're aspiring hyper growth at some point, if you're just saying, hey, I'm investing in many companies and I want to encourage them to grow faster, maybe that's also the right thing for you, because you're going to hear what's happening in multiple businesses. You're going to get many new insights, and you're going to get to know some people who are experts in that area, right? So that's a very good one. We did have the question on where we are, and I think maybe we did a poor job here communicating it. Like I said, right in front of the parliament and right behind the famous monument that on any TV show they would always ask, what what leg of the horse is in the air, and or how many legs does the horse have on the ground. So that's a good opportunity for you actually to come and see, right? So in case one day you're playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something similar, you will know the right answer. Here you can see a nice picture of the hotel where we are going to be. And like I said, we're starting at 1:30. Like that's where registration starts. We start with the content at 2, and then there is, like I said, breaking ground sessions. They're starting there as a like a satellite event. They're starting at around 6 something. We'll see how punctual we are with the schedule, and then the networking starts, right? Like we're going to have several breaks that give you the opportunity to meet new people. We have, I mean, we're providing all the catering and everything that's needed, coffee. Then there is going to be, I don't want to say, oh, we can drink, but like, I mean, probably like without of that point, I'm pretty sure everyone is going to stay under control and within the reasonable limits. Speakers you can see on the website. Another question that we had was that are you looking for, I mean, for those of you who were asking, is there going to be a pitching competition or something? Well, this time we're not doing a pitching competition, but that doesn't mean we don't have investors invited. So they're going to be in the audience. You will be able to meet them. And the very fact that they are there and that you're there means actually that you will be able to create good relationship with them in an informal setting, and you can still ask for investment, or you can still pitch your idea, or you can still ask what are they looking for, right? So that shouldn't stop you, just the fact that they are not there like as in a format of a pitching competition. That doesn't mean that you cannot go, right? Another thing we had is, let me think. Yeah, so generally we were saying that what are the main kind of what am I going to learn, or like is it worth my time? And I think definitely, I mean, here we had put that you're going to learn more about sales, and I think that whatever you do, whatever business you do, sales is really important. You want to be selling first to your customers, then to your investors, right? Every time you need a next round, you have to explain why is it important, what are you doing, why is it going to work, and even to your employees, right? Like, because these are people that follow you, they join your mission, they are discussing the different things that you could be they could be doing, and you want to be like setting to them the reason why they should be supporting you, right? Especially in the relatively early stages, but honestly that doesn't become much easier later, because later you even, whenever, I mean, I've worked in corporations that had like 80,000 employees, and still for hiring a new person we had to sell the role to them, right? Product, very important, very important. I know that in Bulgaria we have, I mean, we're very always very proud to say that we have a large IT sector, and that is true. There are more than 10,000 IT companies. But what is also true is that many of them are rather in the services area, and many of them have the aspiration to go into product. So if you're one of them, if you really want to go into product, then maybe that's the session. Like you really want to come and learn more about that topic. Talent is really important. How do you find people? Some of you are even asking, does it make sense to find people when we have AI and when we're talking how robots replace people and so on? So you're going to get answers to these questions. And the last one is differentiation. So nowadays, technology makes it easier for everyone to try to start a business. Still, that's not the criteria. Just because it's available and easier to start doesn't mean that everyone's going to be successful. And that's why you want to learn what differentiates a company, and how do you build a business in such a way that later, when you approach an investor, when you approach a creditor, when you approach a client, they decide to go for you and for working with you, and not just for anyone, right? Any competitor that offers a similar solution. So these are some of the main questions we had. Like I said, we do have some, I mean, most of the slots by now have been taken, but we still have some. And like I said several times, and I also said it during the last conference, we really ask you to get your ticket as soon as possible, because that helps us plan, right? Like we're planning catering, we're planning coffee, we're planning whatever. So like the better we know how many people are coming, the more we can secure there is enough food and there is enough drinks for everyone. Please do us a favor, right? Like if you're coming, if you're thinking of coming, let us know now so that we kind of know and plan accordingly. We don't want to be short on water, or short on, even worse, short on wine, or short on beer, right? So please let us know, right? And I would say these are the most burning questions. One more thing, someone asked, why did we have so many giveaways last year and for the last conference, and why didn't we have one now? So we are having a giveaway. We are going to publish it. I mean, thanks for reminding us, right? Like sometimes we just get carried away in preparation, we forget. We are going to have a giveaway. You're going to see it on our Instagram channel very soon. That's why Instagram, because that's the channel where it works the most, and where I don't think, I mean, it's actually um, encouraged by the algorithm, and we're not getting penalized by the algorithm for running it, right? So very soon, I think tonight we're publishing it, so stay tuned to check out what it is. And you have the chance to participate and get a free pass for the conference. So that's it. Here you can see our partners and sponsors that have been, as always, very helpful for showing I mean, for informing you about the event, how is it going to work, when is it going to take happen, and so on. By the way, in case you haven't, yeah, two more things, right? Like someone asked what happened with the last conference and the videos. So here is what happened. If you go to, we built this portal called grow.revenuesfactory.com. So it's grow like growing, right? Like .revenuesfactory.com. And here you can see the videos from the last conference. Access is free. You just need to go to videos, and you need to, I mean, apparently provide your email address. As you can see here, it says free. In that case, it says that I already signed up for it. So it just takes me there. And you can see, I mean, in my case, I'm also a member of the Scale Up Club, so I can see both, but you will be able, in case you're not a member of the Scale Up Club yet, first I encourage you to see what it is and apply. And in case you are, you're going to see the two like I do. So you can just go here to access, and then that's where you actually can see the videos. We keep updating them, we keep adding new videos here, so you can see the videos, you can see like the key elements, key summaries for all of this, and all of this is available. We made it available, we are maintaining this portal, we'll be adding even more content as time allows us, right? So that's an important thing. And the other thing, like I said, I talked already about partners. You see their logos, and if you're a member of any of these organizations, somewhere in their communication they posted about this event and they used the promo code. If you use this promo code, actually, what is happening and what we did at the last conference is that we donated some of the proceeds from the tickets back to them based on the fact that people use their code. So if you want to support them, right, like if you want to support ABO or Best Course, the startup factory from Russia, or Tinovator, or even Campus X, ISEC, and so on. I mean, or Mentor the Young, of course. I was almost about to forget them. What you can do is just use their code, right? And when you're purchasing your ticket. So that's it. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm really looking forward to next Thursday when we're going to meet. Like I said, we're starting at the one around 1:30, so we want to be there. Here we have once again the picture reminding you where we are going to be at the very center of Sofia. It cannot be more central unless we decide to do the next one in the Parliament. So it's exactly next to the Parliament, right behind the horse here, and that's where we're going to be. So thank you very much, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. Thank you. Bye.